Futures Trader Elite here. I want to go over a little something I'm seeing here on this 1 minute. I was thinking it was going to break down at this line right here. You've got a bunch of head and shoulder plays looking like they want to break down. But then if you pull something to watch out for, you pull this 5 minute chart over here, you got right here, you got a small left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So take you and make a neckline on here from right here where this left shoulder began to this. You know, if this breaks, this comes back down and breaks 798, 797, you know, this could really drop hard right here if this breaks. So we'll see. Not quite what it sucked it back up there, but let's see what happens here. You know, it really, really ought to break down. Everything's looking pretty bearish over here on the 1, 2, and 5 minute on this other chart. You know, the MACD crossed over way back here. It's been bleeding off. This one down here is on the 1 minute. It's bleeding off. You know, this is worth some risk if this breaks down right here. We should really push down below this pivot right here. Get that out of the way and look back over here at this 1 minute. I'm going to try to do 2 more here. This is a sim account I'm doing this in just to kind of try to walk through some things right here, but I'm trying to get the 5 minute intertwined with what's going on. You see we got we put in this swing low right here, but this low, this wick didn't break this low. Come back and tested that trend line, but then it swung lower here. Right here, when it touched this, I almost went short up here in a funded account and thought, no, that's not really, it's not really A plus setup that I would want to take with a funded account. And I had an order set up there and I'd moved it. And then, of course, they put in this candle, which would have been great. But this really, from this touch up here, I was looking for a pullback to 790, which is exactly where it went. And now I don't know. It's going to try to build up. I say if it comes back up here and hits this trend line, they might try to turn this around, but this should still come back down to 790. And if we can break 785, let's say the bottom of this box, if we can get another leg down and break the bottom of this box, then here we have the 1 hour trend line. I had moved that earlier when I got home. I come in and reworked my chart a little bit and seen I moved that. You know, I would be targeting right now, unless I decide to get out of this position, I'm going to target this trend line down here at 750 area somewhere. So I'm going to move this order down here because I think we're going to get a drop here. I got 4, so let's say I'm going to take 1 off at the bottom of this box. And then let's say it breaks down through that. We might get a bounce around 760, somewhere right here we'll get a bounce probably. So I'll put 1 there. I mean, this may not go my way, but hoping that this might help a little bit. When you're looking at this structure and you see that this swing low almost broke that there, this automatically turned the structure where this was trying to put in a bullish little structure. It automatically turned right back around on itself. And then we got this. We need this low to come to the bottom of this box, this leg. we break that with this leg where this buy order is. We break that box. This right here, no confluence of price, will probably get a bounce maybe if it gets down there fast enough. So I'll put an order to cover one there. If it pops up a little bit, that's okay. And then when it does, the next leg down, we should come down to this trend line right here. We really should. If they take out this low point right here on this trend line this afternoon, there, well, no doubt we could come to this box. That's at 700, so it's only 100 points away. That's not much. So I'm going to hang around in this sim account for now. I actually thought I bought this in my funded account, but I didn't realize I placed the order on that 5-minute chart, and my sim account was hooked to that. So I just let it be what it is. I was really hoping to put some in that funded, but this will work too. This is good practice right here. Maybe understand someone's going, I know we got a support line here, one, but no, it's about to break that. It almost really looks like it wants to drain off. I'll put my last cover down here around this trend line. I'll try to hold it out as long as I can. Even though it's a sim account, you want to try to treat it like it was a eval or a funded account. You know, even if it goes against me, we don't want it to get way up here. You need to learn to cut your losses quick and not hold on hoping it's going to come back. Just have a trade plan ready, you know. And so like me, because of this drop, I'm going to go on and put a buy stop in here, and I'm going to follow that with this one because I want to try to capitalize on my gains. So I'm going to set that at 2. And you know, well, there it is. I got hit on that. So now I only have one left, but that last one I'm leaving down here at this trend line for now. This is a prime example of something I would be looking at. The ATR is kind of high on the moment. It's around 17. But when I'm paying attention to structure and some of the indicators, and confluence of price and zones, I'll probably put a video out earlier. When I come back today, because I hadn't been trading, I got back in around lunchtime, I think. And this was over here forming right in this area. And I got in one of my evals, and right here I put 4 orders in around this yellow line, which is 850. It was a previous all-time high, if I remember right. And it picked up 3 of the 4. I got out pretty quick. I didn't hold for this candle because as soon I got out up here and that candle went in, and I was like, are you serious right now? I think I locked in like 465 on a eval, which is fine. You know, I'm not, it's about taking these hits about that size. I don't need to get a bunch of big long hold wins all the time. You know, it's just about getting, I'd be happy $300, $400, $500 per account. But it's looking for that. I mean, you can get chopped out and it's real easy if you don't have a plan put together on what the idea is. The only thing here, I wish I'd have grabbed this up here like I was going to, and I didn't. Say what I like to lock in my gains no matter what I'm in, so I'm gonna put that there just in case it comes back all the way. But let's pull this back over here. We're on the 5-minute here, and you know this had went up and hit that 50% and come back down. We got back below the 61.8 here. It's 2 o'clock my time, so 3 o'clock Eastern. There's an hour left of the trading day. One of 2 things is going to happen. This is going to drain off quite a bit more, or somewhere they're going to try to save this and drive it up at the end of the day. We'll see here in just a minute what they're going to do with it. You know, what if they try to, I'm going to move this order, because what if they try to put in some big candles? What they do try to bring it down to 700. Want y'all to be able to witness what's going on and what we're looking at and why. And then it might not. All it takes is a 1-minute candle right over here to just shoot right back up and tag that line. But we're going to leave it in place for now. I know I had to leave and do something. My wife stayed home and she was doing some trading this morning. And I set her up with some ideas, some A+ ideas before I left. And I come home, she was excited. She had gotten 1,000 in one of her accounts. 13 in one, passed the Bull and Ox eval, so it's going to funded. She was pretty excited. I was excited for her, but she had gotten some of these plays. I'd marked some plays out for her before I left this morning. I wish I was around to catch some of them, but sometimes you can't. If you guys are looking to get in or needing, I don't know. I like Take Profit, Bull and Ox, and Tradeify. If you want some Bull and Ox, they're 83% off until the 27th this month. You can use my code FTE, stands for Futures Trader Elite. I would appreciate that for the support. Take Profit still has their sale going on, I think through Sunday. Currently don't have affiliate code or link with them or Tradeify. I've been working on them, but for some reason they're not as simple to get with them as Bull and Ox. Got the Futures Trader Blueprint on Gumroad. The links are on the YouTube channel, or PayHip. You can get the FTE bundle. It comes with the indicators, buy sell indicators, and the MACD for NinjaTrader 8. It has the Futures Trader Blueprint, which is mainly going over a 15-minute strategy, which is one of the strategies I use. And then it comes with Discord access. I will be putting out a Futures Trader Blueprint 2.0, or I may name it something else, I don't know, but it's going to have a whole lot more content in it. I have worked on some code for TradingView for some people that are trading with that for the indicators. We've run into a couple snags. Everything's a process. I've got so much going on at one time. I really hate that this trade come back up, but it is what it is. If it tags me out, I'll just have to be out of the trade, which is fine. I'm going to put out one video if I get a chance here in a little bit to go over something to show where sometimes you have the right plan and the right trade in place and have your order set there and they just don't get picked up, but it sure looks like the wick was touching at least one of them all the time. And that has happened to me about 5 times this week, where I had my order set on the screen, I was recording, and it never picked up my trade. And I just want y'all to witness and see how that plays out. And I didn't chase, I didn't jump in, it went the other way. I closed my orders out, and it was what it is, and I looked for another A+ setup, or I wouldn't take another trade that day if I didn't find the right kind of trade.